Jai Gurudev. Question: how shall one know if he is making progress in spiritual advancement? Although I regularly perform the required sadhana, I am doubtful about the results. Answer: the intensification or otherwise of the practices is not a correct indicator of progress in this field. Kriyas only indicate the fact that Shakti has been awakened and is active within the body. The experiences so gained, though being indicative of the continuity of sadhan, do not necessarily denote progress. Depending on the predominance of sattva, rajas, and tamas in chitta, the aspirant experiences respectively inner peace and bliss, violent internal movements, or the emergence of anger, passion, and somniferous state of mind. The balance of three gunas, that is sattva, rajas, and tamas, in the chit is always changing and is therefore responsible for the manifestation of automatic movements, which are sometimes violently intense and at other times subtle. A good measure for progress that the aspirant has gained is the extent to which sattva gun predominates and the degree to which the veil of ignorance and other vices have been removed. In Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Uddhav asks Lord Krishna the same question and is thus answered. Number 1. Is the aspirant getting progressively detached from worldly pleasures and objects of the senses? Such detachment is a sign of progress. Number 2. In his mind, gradually becoming devoid of fear? Fearlessness is a sign of definite progress. Fear has its origin in desires. When a man desires to possess some worldly object, he is afraid of its loss. If he desires health and wealth, he is afraid of losing them. Finally, if he desires just to live, he is afraid of death. Similarly, if he loves someone, he is afraid of parting from the beloved one. Fearlessness then is equivalent to desirelessness. The increase of such fearlessness within him is indicative of progress. Number 3. Is there any increase urg for self surrender to God? Complete self surrender is the aim of spiritual practices. Surrender to God implies that the mind of the aspirant remains unaffected by the dualities of pleasure and pain, happiness and sorrow, gain and loss, honor and dishonor. A man normally desires happiness, fame, honor, and agreeable surroundings. Any impediment to these causes him pain and restlessness. The whole world is engaged in the pursuit of happiness and desires, but unfulfilled desires always leave people in sorrow. It is necessary that the aspirant get above all these and experience the grace of God at all times and in all circumstances. The following are the three ways for getting beyond dualities. The aspirant should develop the feeling that whatever pleasure or pain comes to him has its root in the seeds of accumulated actions performed in his past lives. He cannot justifiably accuse anyone accept himself for whatever fruit he has been offered to taste. This way of thinking is basically helpful in taking an aspirant above the feeling of pleasure or pain. The second method suits the man of knowledge. He thinks that both pain and pleasure are unreal. It is only ignorance which has created such dualities. The last one is the spirit of surrender to God, which, broadly speaking, is an accomplishment of the follower of devotional love. A total surrender to the will of God is the basic qualification of a devotee. He is fully convinced that whatever circumstances he has been put in are due to the showering of God's grace upon him and are for his good alone. When he is surrounded by favorable circumstances, he should think, this is not due to my ability or bravery. In fact, God has mercifully provided them for me. How kind He is! On the other hand, when he encounters an unfavorable situation, he should think, I was so much under the spell of those favorable opportunities that I had become too attached to them. God has created contrary situations so that I developed detachment from them. He is so kind. This kind of thinking takes the aspirant above the sphere of desires. This is mainly possible when he has sufficiently developed the spirit of surrender to God. It is also indicates clearly that the person is moving on the correct spiritual path. The disciples of Kriyaman Shakti system can experience this surrender to God distinctly. He should let the Shakti within work itself out and should not interfere in any way. If he likes any particular Kriya, and if as a result of his desire this Kriya does occur within him, it would only be in opposition to the spirit of complete self surrender to the divine Shakti. He should therefore try to be as indifferent as possible to the working of Shakti within him. Question: what is the significance of seeing various forms of light during sadhana? Answer: the seeing of various forms of light, even while their external sources are absent, is a good sign. If during meditation flames, specks of light, sun, moon, stars, fires, etc. are seen, it indicates a high state of spiritual advancement. Such visions are generally precursor of the state of superconsciousness, that is samadhi, and may also occur during the interval when the aspirant comes back to consciousness after attaining that state of superconsciousness. While every aspirant attaining the state of superconsciousness will go through these visions, not everyone seeing these visions will necessarily reach superconsciousness. He should not, however, despair and must keep trying to complete faith and self surrender to God in order to ultimately reach the state of superconsciousness. It will certainly be attained at the preserving ones. Jai Gurudev.